I've been dreaming of a simpler life. A life where you can wander into bookstores without a care of what time it is, if you're rushing anywhere, if you feel the need to like cry. You could just go into the woods and do so. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, I can't technically drink dairy anymore, or at least for the next 2 weeks until I figure out what's wrong with my tummy. If you see my coffee being a little darker than it usually is, it's macadamia nut milk, which ironically they have in the sticks, even though in my city they barely have options and they upcharge you for said options. Twist. What did he say? More, you want more. Oh my god, that reminds me of being a kid. I was at my grandparents' house when I was younger. For some reason, there was a few movies that were always on rotation. Grease, E.T., Oliver Twist, and The Sound of Music. And I always correlate those movies to spending time at my grandparents with my cousins growing up. So it literally makes me want to cry. So maybe it's about time I go run in the woods instead of the bookstore. Even though I feel like the best place to cry is also bookshop. A lot of places to cry. Maybe this video is gonna turn into a how many places can you cry in without anybody noticing? It's only $5. She's also slightly disturbed by the fact that she's a teenage vampire lost in a love triangle of paradise. I think sometimes coming to places like this are very telling to how slow you can be and how much slower you can go, especially when, quick story I guess, we were just in a big like farmer's market and there was like an antique shop type place attached to the farmer's market. So in very me fashion, I decided to go to the antique shop and just look around. And you know, sometimes you walk in and whenever you're somewhere far from home, and I feel like Jordan and I look rather eclectic in most like small sorts of situations of places, and so I felt like eyes were on us, whatever, no big deal, like it's fine. We're just walking like hi, bye, like blah blah blah, and I go and I stop at a mirror. It was like a gorgeous gold mirror, so I'm like just analyzing it because it's pretty, but then I'm looking at myself and I realized I started looking at myself for a little bit too long. It was the first time I looked at myself today, and like my bangs were all wet from the rain, so I'm trying to fix them, and I'm seeing if I have any food in my teeth, and my cheeks were rather pink because we're walking around this market of like smells and things, and the woman from behind the counter was like, you're beautiful, don't worry, keep it moving, or like whatever she said, and it was sweet. Like it wasn't like a whatever. I didn't know that she was talking to me, and everyone got silent. So once everyone got silent in the store, I like turned around and I was like, she's like, of course you're the only one looking in the mirror. And just the first thing that I thought of was, what do you mean? Everyone should look in the mirror. And it just brings you back to like this place of just like this. Because you're like, yeah, like the simple joys of just existing where you almost forget what you look like for a second. And you're like, oh, this is me, this is real life. You are here and you're just like living in it. It's an exciting thing to know that you could just slow down when you want to. Like you're in control of like relaxing, and it doesn't have to be boring. It could just be a little different. Is to just start living in like these very bliss moments. I know that I run around and it's chaotic, and yeah, I'm traveling, and yeah, I'm even filming this video while I'm traveling, but I think I'm just so happy to know that I'm okay with the no FOMO life as of right now. And like I could look back on this in the summer and be like, what the fuck was this bitch talking about? But I'm really happy to have like a subtle spring. Oh my god, a subtle spring. I think that's so lovely. The idea that like I used to have FOMO so much. I used to be this person that like had to go out and had to do everything, because what if I miss the perfect opportunity, or what if I miss like this really cool moment that like my friends whatever. And yeah, sometimes if you don't go out and your friends had a really fun time, you're like, damn, I wish I was there. But honestly, I'm just so happy to be with Jordan, and Jordan and I could like, we could travel. We are so low maintenance travelers in a way of like, you know, as long as I have food, as long as I've got my water, as long as I have like a comfortable something to change into, or like a bathroom or a rest stop in along the way. This up here right now is so bliss to me. Like he is playing a show in this place that's for stories. I'm on the rooftop right now. Below me is like a little cool, jazzy-ish looking place. There's an Irish pub attached to this roof. Below that is another floor of like food and things. Below that is where Jordan's playing in this back like big ballroom type thing. He's playing a disco. Underneath that is an indie kid singing on acoustic guitar right now. This is my type of chaos. It's a very weird situation because you just have to pretend like you are in the right place at the right time in every situation, and then everything else follows. This is a better way to describe it. You know how there is intuitive eating? Well, I think that I, for the past couple of months, have been living my life intuitive lifing. To live intuitively, like if I feel like going out, I will go out. If I don't feel like going out, I will stay behind and I won't be upset about it. I allow myself to feel whatever I want to feel in that very present moment and to not try to harp on such things. And it has opened my brain so much to just existing in this. Of course, with that, I'm not escaping the idea that I want to live more simply, because I genuinely think that I do. Like, we've taken a very slow roll in traveling and we've done more road trips and more local-ish type things instead of getting on a plane every single weekend, instead of running amok all the time. This is now gonna be a full 2 cycle of like 700 days of Jordan living this, actually more than that, Jordan living this like normal human 9 to 5 by day, fake rock star DJ life by night. And like, that's a long time, so sometimes it catches up to you, and I'm just, again, just really entirely excited that we're able to just slow down a little bit and to appreciate the slowness as it comes. And whenever I'm in a state like Pennsylvania, it is so cool to know that like people could just live like this. It's just a small calmness to know that you don't have to do the rat race all the time. People can live however and whomever and whatever they feel like. And I think that's really cool, because coming from a place like New York City, you always feel like you have chased these like ladders and emotions and things, and like I just feel like I've had such a perspective change being able to travel and being able to kind of open my eyes to whatever I feel most gravitated towards. Thanks for letting me dump my brain.
And thanks for allowing me to slow down a bit while still tuning in. It's given me a lot of gratitude to know that you're in my corner wherever I may end up. Travels, indecision, and sentiments aside, it's pleasant to know that we can do whatever we wish, however we see fit, and be with whoever we appreciate most. Thanks for being angels, and if there are any new faces, please make sure you're subscribed before you go. Bye!